Hello,
Hi.
I'm Bosco.
I'm Fernanda. Welcome to our channel.
So today we are just going to share with you guys why we are in here, Malaysia. What are the pros and cons for living in Malaysia?
Well, first, I'm from Mexico, so I'm really far away from this country. I'm in the opposite side of the world. I'm here because I got engaged with a Malaysian and I got married. We were expecting to live in Mexico, but because of his job opportunity, we stay here in Malaysia. I'm loving it. It's an amazing country. It's really beautiful, but it's way different to my hometown.
When did you come here in Malaysia?
I arrived on April. I first came because I wanted to travel to visit the country, to know how is Malaysia, Asia, because I have never been in Asia before. I was coming just for a short trip and then I got married. We were engaged. We were going to get married, but we didn't know that we were going to marry that soon. But it has been amazing.
I didn't know that. I just know now.
It has been amazing. I need a visa also to stay here, so that's why we have to rush with our decision.
Yeah. So for me, I'm also the same. I got married with a Malaysian and she's from Penang. I came here for around 10 years already and I went back to Hong Kong for a few years and I came back. What do you like about Malaysia first? Maybe, I think.
Of course, I love to see that it's a really beautiful country,
Yep.
full of plants. I love plants and
Yeah.
flowers and all the green. It's everything green. If you can notice here, everything is green.
How about Mexico?
Well, in Mexico you can find everything like desert or forest or but depending where you are you can see this kind of plants. Here everywhere is there. The beauty is there outside, so it's like a mix.
In the city, right?
Exactly,
Okay,
it's the mix of the big city with this wildness. For example, I went to Batu Caves and the monkeys are there sneaking, taking your bananas.
Just like this shopping mall, right? We are at
Yes.
Tropicana Garden Mall.
This is Tropicana Gardens Mall
Yeah.
and it's full of plants everywhere.
Yeah.
Obviously the food also. I love the people. The people here in Malaysia, you have to know, they are really nice
Yeah.
people. Everybody is really helpful. If you are lost or you need something, they will help you and they
How
will
about in
even
Mexico?
take you.
Do they? I mean, if you're on the street, you are trying
Yes,
to search for help.
Mexican people is really open and they will invite you to a party, to
Wow.
their house to a party. So we Mexicans, we are like that. But the thing is, for example, in Mexico, not everybody speak English.
Yeah.
And here I don't find that difficulty. I
Okay.
can speak to everybody in English. So if I don't know Bahasal, if you don't know Bahasal, it's not a problem for you to
Yeah.
come.
We are coming from a quite different country. I'm
Yeah.
from Hong Kong. It's one of the most crowded and very busy city in the world. And then she is coming from Mexico and very nice and nature, more nature.
Yeah, a lot.
And not so busy.
We have in Mexico 3 main cities, which are really big and full of traffic, and one especially is Mexico City.
Yeah.
But it's not as polluted or as as many traffic as I find here in Asia or in your hometown.
Yeah, in Hong Kong, yes, very busy. And I remember like when I was young, the city was kind of messy because we have too many people in the city. So it's very hard to control everything. We walk very fast. You have never been to Hong Kong, right?
No, I have
So
never.
actually, I went to the US before. I also loved to live somewhere in countryside, not so busy. When I just moved back to Hong Kong, I feel dizzy actually. On the street, I see so many people on the street. And I had to know kung fu to walk through the peoples and get to the MTR station, the train station. And then I had to rush to the bus stop. The bus will come every 15 minutes or 10 minutes. And then every
Sharp.
bus, it's quite accurate. You are afraid of to be late because you missed the bus. But here, you worry you'll be late because of the traffic, right? You still haven't started to drive yet.
No, I
So-
haven't started to drive because in America we drive in the left side. So the
I used
United
to that.
States, Mexico, and all the countries
Yeah.
we drive on the left
Yes,
side.
yes.
And here you drive on the right
So
side.
it will be your first time to drive on the right side if
Yes,
you live in.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
So
So-
when I start to drive, I will show you because maybe it will be kind of.
I will share. Maybe I will teach you how you drive. Because for my first time driving in Asia country, maybe Hong Kong, I went to the wrong way. Actually, I went to the opposite lane, and the car was like going toward me, and I was like, oh shit! And I just go to the other way and. Very occasionally, like sometime, I still mix up with the turn signal and the
Yeah.
and the wind clean the washer.
Yeah.
I went back to the US like a few years before, and I drove there, and I didn't used to that, so I became used to driving in here more than US now.
Oh, okay. For me, it's gonna be the first time, so
Yeah.
hopefully I can do it
Yeah.
correctly.
It's very excited to see how you will be get used to the here. And how about the food here?
The food is spicy.
In
It-
Mexico, they also is spicy.
Yes,
food,
it's
but
spicy,
not as
but-
spicy.
but it's different. I don't
Different.
know. It's hard to explain when you haven't experienced. But our food is spicy. We have habanero, which is the most spicy chili in the world.
But you use fresh chili
Fresh.
right often, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
here
the thing.
they are pre-made. Like
Exactly,
in a
that's the
bottle.
thing. That
Uh-huh.
in Mexico almost everything is fresh and grilled,
Yeah.
and here everything is pre-cooked or fried.
Have you been gaining weight after you came here?
Yes, the first months,
Kind of.
but now I'm trying
You
to
got
control.
back to normal.
Yes.
Right? Actually, I gained 40 pounds before. Then I lost 20 pounds. So 20 more pounds to go down. So I'm looking forward maybe work together and how she
Yes.
teach me how to be healthy. Yeah.
I try my best to be healthy and to eat real food and to exercise a little. And I love to talk about it, so
Yeah.
later we will have a special.
I was trying to do keto diet, but later I changed to low carb diet. But when I try to do that, I find I have nothing to eat in the shopping mall or the restaurant
Yes.
because like they have noodles, rice,
Yeah.
or deep fried.
That's one thing. Sorry to
Yeah, okay.
interrupt. Here in Asia, or at least in Malaysia, every meal has rice and or noodles.
Yes.
And
yes.
in Mexico, we don't have rice. For example, in the morning, no way you will find rice.
Here they got a nasi
Nasi
lemak
lemak, yeah.
for breakfast.
Yeah,
Yes.
there in Mexico, no. In Mexico, it's only for lunch and maybe for dinner. But especially for lunch, and it's in a small amount,
Yeah.
it's just a side, like to companion the chicken or the beef.
It
or
could
the,
be an Asian thing,
fish.
I'm not sure. Because in Hong Kong we also eat soup noodle.
Yeah.
And for
Japan.
breakfast, yeah, and toast for breakfast. Japan, they also have like rice in the morning.
And
I think,
ramen.
yeah, ramen, that kind of stuff, and Korea also. I think so maybe it's an Asian thing.
Yes.
They eat the like cob.
Yeah.
So if you imagine you eat cobs like that kind of things like 3 meals a day, so your blood sugar will go very
Yeah.
high. And then,
In Mexico, our breakfast is eggs, fruits, especially that eggs and fruits and bread maybe.
how about lunch? You start to eat like rice and that
lunch we always have soup, veggie soup,
veggie soup.
or
that's very nice.
there are different kind of soups, but most of the families eat a soup or a salad, and then chicken, fish, or beef with rice and veggies, and then if you want some dessert.
Yeah.
There are different kind of
different kind of
desserts,
dessert.
but you can find sweets or.
Have you
or-
tried the jendo here? Jendo.
What is that?
Jendo is like a shutter ice.
Oh yes,
that kind of
ice.
stuff?
Yes, with
Ice.
syrup, right?
Yeah, with the brown sugar.
Ah, okay.
and the green jelly or something.
Uh-huh. I
That's
think I have seen it, but I
Bandung.
haven't tried.
That's very nice, but very sweet.
Yes, that's the thing. That is another difference.
Uh-huh.
Here, everything is really sweet. The drinks,
Yes.
the food have some sugar, the desserts especially, but everything is sweet.
And when they talk about they have a business meeting or meeting with friends, they always say yum cha. Yum cha is like get a drink in a food court or anywhere. And then if they have a meeting, maybe a few times a day, then they will drink a few sweet drink a day. And then I met a friend who was working as a salesman.
Uh-huh.
He changed to drink plain water for meeting.
Yeah.
First I came here, I love the drinks here, especially the lime juice, like 桔仔酸梅.
The tetare.
So yeah,
the
tetare.
tetare is really good.
Yeah.
But yes, it has condensed milk.
Yes.
And the coffee.
Yeah.
If you ask for coffee, is with
ice.
condensed.
Yeah.
In Malaysia, there are 3 races.
Yeah.
The Malay, the Chinese,
Yeah.
and in India. They are all combined in one country. So sometimes the culture or the food can mix a little.
Yeah.
But you can experience this culture, this or like being in 3 countries inside of one. So it's really nice.
Yes. I think it's nice.
You
to-
can
yeah.
find Chinese food, Indian food, Malay food, or temples.
Yeah.
The Chinese temple, the
Yes.
Indian temple, the mosque. So it's really interesting. You can learn a lot.
There one kind of cooking is like Nonya style. It's like when the Chinese got married with the Malay, and then they mix the Chinese food with the Malay food, and then there's one kind of
yes.
style.
Yes,
of cooking
is
there.
because Malay Muslim cannot eat pork.
Yeah.
So this new generation of Chinese
Yeah.
are Muslim, so they don't cook with pork. They don't cook anything.
If they got married with Malay,
exactly. They don't cook anything, or they don't mix pork in the food, or even they cannot even put pork in the tools.
Yeah.
You cannot mix at all. So they have this Chinese food which has no pork, no
So they
fat.
have halal. They call
Uh-huh,
halal.
halal.
Right? Halal it means like something the Muslim can eat or can
eat.
buy.
Yes.
So in the food court or shopping mall, supermarket, they have a halal section.
Exactly.
Not non-halal section. No.
Yeah.
There's a
There
non-halal
are
section.
two types: halal, which is for Muslims,
Yeah.
and non-halal, which is for all the different
Non-Muslim.
cultures or religions who can eat pork.
So I think it's about time for this one. And what's our future plan? And what's your plan next?
Okay, as I told you, I got married with a Malay guy, but we having our wedding in Mexico, so I have to come back to Mexico and also
Yep.
take my stuff because I was just planning to come for a few months. Right
Yeah.
now, I have to figure out my life in Mexico and bring it here.
Yeah, so anyone who got any comment or suggestion for Forena or me, you can leave
Yes.
comment below, and if you like our video, please have a like.
Yes.
And if you would like to see more our videos, please subscribe our channel. And Forena is going back to Mexico
Yes.
for a few months.
So in your comments, tell us where to go. We want to
Yep.
know more about Malaysia. So
Yes.
and show you to all the people that is looking to know about this Malaysian culture and how is everything, and from foreigners how to get involved in this country.
Yep.
Please tell us.
Yep. And thank you for watching.
Thank
and
you.
see you next time. Bye.
Bye.